Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode. This is episode what 3 now of s54 swap, and that's why I didn't want to do 3-4 parts of swap or anything. So I'm out here actually at Pick and Pull, and I thought what a perfect place or time to actually do the intro for this video that you're about to watch. I'm actually out here working on next project for my e36, and hopefully you guys will like it too. This is 5 series. What is it, E39 or whatever. Hopefully the sound is good because I forgot my mic, but I'm gonna show you how to install that garage opener into your e36 or any BMW for that matter. Really easy install, and I think it's really good for to get rid of one of the stupid clickers that works on and off, has mind on its own, which really pisses me off sometimes. But I'll show you how to do that, and I'm actually out here also taking the motor for one of my doors because it went out. So I'll do the video on that if you guys are interested on how to take it off, how to put it on, install, and I got a door panel as well, and it's a wrong color, but it's okay, I can fix that. So stay tuned for that and enjoy this video. Power steering pump, I used my e36 power steering pump with reservoir. It fits perfect, no problem. The belts, I'm using original s54 belts. You don't have to buy any special belts or anything like that. And again, everything on the engine, like a alternator or the AC compressor, which I tried. I have 2 different AC compressors from e36, and neither one will work. And supposedly that's the one that you want to use, but like I said, neither one worked for me, so I kept s54, and that's gonna be in a different video if you guys are interested. But OEM s54, the power steering off of e36 though. So as far as the engine fitting inside this bay, I would say that this engine was made for this car. Fits perfect, no problem. As far as the engine mounts, this is E36 engine mount. Doesn't matter if it's M3 or not, they're all the same. I unfortunately don't have E46 M3 mount to show you, but I can tell you that it's a lot bigger. It's probably like from here to here, and it's like this high, and the actual arm is a lot beefier. From the research and everything, like before the swap that I did, the idea was that I needed either to use this one, but I have to modify, or get one off of M Roadster that uses s54. I actually ended up using s54 original engine mounts or brackets, whatever you want to call it. Well, I guess 2 reasons. One, they're again a lot bigger, a lot beefier, and I like those more than the smaller mounts. And number 2 is the driver's side has a mount for your intake manifold. There's a hole with a thread inside, and there's a mount that comes up and it holds your intake manifold so it doesn't wobble. So again, if you have a parts car, you have donor car, you can use s54 engine mounts, no problem. The only thing that I use off of e36 is the bushings. I didn't try original s54 bushings because they're kind of destroyed, so I tried this one, it worked, so I kept it. There's enough room underneath, it's not touching anything, and same thing with the top. Hood closes, enough clearance and everything. You can see I have brace and it's still fine. So that's it for the engine. The tranny, again, you can go with 6-speed, you can go with a 5-speed. From my understanding, you can use M3 E36 M3 transmission, like 5-speed on these cars. I don't know if you can make it any E36 work. You have to do research on that, but I used 6-speed because I had it. And if you are planning to use 6-speed, again, a lot of people say that you have to get modified or custom made mount for the tranny. I use this here This one here is off of 6-speed. This is off of 5-speed. So the one that I used, they're slightly different, you can see, and even the length and everything, they're different. This one not gonna fit in your E36, but the one that's will, I'm gonna put this away. The one that's will is off of E36, at least the one that I use. The only thing you have to do, this holes right here, the mounting holes, I kinda went to the side, get a filer or something, and get the hole go to the side, and it fits perfect. I got bigger washers to cover the whole thing on both sides, and again, it's not gonna break anything, it's not gonna be fragile, it's still gonna hold, because like I said, you just going to the side like maybe 2-3 millimeter tops, that's it, and it works fine. The clutch, so here's the thing with the clutch, if you are using 5-speed manual, then you have to use 5-speed manual clutch. And obviously if you're using 6-speed, then you go with the 6-speed. When I bought the car, it had a brand new clutch on it, but I threw it away. I wish I should have taken the pictures, but I don't have any pictures. But the reason why I threw it away is because when it got installed, previous owner, I guess, didn't know, nobody told them that you have to kind of go easy on it. So it's pretty much when you do the engine rebuild and you have to drive for a couple hundred miles or whatever, go easy on it to kind of break it in. That's pretty much what happens with the clutch. If you get a brand new clutch, don't go crazy, don't be doing the burnouts or anything like that. Kind of do the break-in process. I guess do the research how long it takes to do that, because the clutch that was inside, even though it was brand new, it was trash because it had a lot of burn spots. The flywheel wasn't resurfaced, and it had a lot of grooves in it and all that. So I threw away the clutch, and with the pressure plate, the flywheel, I kept it. You can't resurface them. All depends on if it's been resurfaced before or not. So when you take it to a local machine shop or whatever, you can have them check, unless you're gonna do aftermarket flywheel. Same thing with the drive shaft. I was told, I even went to one of the local shops that does swaps like this, and they told me if you are using 6-speed tranny, you have to use drive shaft from S54 automatic tranny. And I almost bought one, which kind of good thing that I didn't, because the drive shaft that I had from 6-speed S54, I was like, well, let me try and see how long or how short is it, and for my surprise, it actually fits perfect. The middle mount point fits perfect where the E36 was. Both flanges hook up to like one side for the tranny, the other side for the diff. It's perfect. So I didn't have to buy anything. Use 6-speed manual S54 drive shaft. But in my case, like my case might be different from yours, because even though I'm using, this car is 95 325 IS, but if you've seen my or watched my other videos, that you know that even before the swap, I can easily say that this is 95 M3, because everything on this car, including rear subframe, front subframe, the engine, tranny, everything, all the brakes, it was from 95 M3. So rear end, again including differential, is off of 95 M3. And the reason why I'm saying this is non-M3 36s have different diffs. They're a lot smaller, and the flange or the mount for the drive shaft is different. On non-M3 E36s, they use 4 bolts for the drive shaft, and M3 S54 and S50 or S52, doesn't matter, they're round 6 bolt. And again, it fits perfect, works perfect. My diff ratio is 315. A lot of people say that 325 or 328 is perfect, but I didn't see a reason why to upgrade. Works perfect. I like it. On the freeway, I don't have a lot high RPMs. So, and it's kind of good on the gas mileage, but again, it still has enough torque with even 315. I think the stock one is 365 or something like that off of E46. But you cannot make e46 M3 diff work on e36 because it's a lot bigger. So as far as the fuel goes, or fuel system, there's a short video that I made, but before you guys watch that, kind of let you know that supposedly you have to buy a fuel pump because your e36 fuel pump, even though it's gonna work for some time, but it's gonna give up eventually. But I didn't buy anything for the fuel system. The only thing that I did is actually swapped it. So I took the fuel pump from s54 e46 M3 and put it in e36. You can't just take the entire thing and just swap it over because it's not gonna fit. But if you take the entire thing out, there's a fuel pump inside that looks just like e36, s54, M3. They're all the same. The power connectors, the line or the hose connector, everything's the same. The only thing that you have to do, I thought that, you know, when I was doing the swap, that I can just connect this and swap it, but you do have to take this separate and swap it because this plastic, the white piece, they're different from e36 and s54 because they sit kind of different in a different angle, then they're not gonna work. So just pry the sides and it'll come out because there's like a ridge type of thing, and that's where it sits. So, and fuel filter, this is e36 off of s50. They're kind of the same, s54 and s50, except, well, you can say the same, but anyway, the s54 has fuel regulator on one side and the other side has like a special connector. So all I did is I took the connector off of my donor car, cut it off, mounted to my e36, and it fits perfect. And same thing with the other side. So let's watch the video. Same exact thing except for the filter. So wider but shorter, and this one's longer but skinnier. So other than that, this is, what was this one? E46, this is E36. So and the relay for the fuel pump, when you get your wire harness adapter, it's gonna have two spots for relays. You're gonna get one relay with your wire harness, but the other one is, which is this one, and that's why I have everything else so I can show you guys that. But this is a fuel pump relay that it's not gonna come with the wire harness because they're actually kind of pricey. The cheapest one that I could find was $60. So unless you're gonna specify, pay more. But again, if you have a donor car, you have this. And it's actually took me almost all day to figure out where it's at. I should have called dealer, but there's a video on where it's located, just an FYI if you guys don't know. So this is where the battery is. This is the passenger side. You take the panel that's covering this part, the quarter panel on the inside, and follow this positive going all the way up, and there's in a corner you can see one relay right here. And the empty spot right here, I took the fuel relay out already, so this is where it goes. Okay, so what I got here is I got gas pedal. This is E36 gas pedal. This is what it looks like. Get this out of the way. This is it runs, works with a cable because E36 has a cable throttle, and this is E46 S54, and this one is electric. Just plug right here. There we go. And this is the mount for it. You mount this in a car, and then this one slides inside. There's like a slider right here, slider right here, and this one, and this one. So it just slides, let me see, here, going down. On this one, you have this here, locks into like the floorboard, and then this part goes on top. All you have to do to mount E46 is, if you look at the bottom of the mount, they're actually identical. They have same exact mounts. And for the top, if you look at inside the car, I have a mount inside already. It's not mounted completely. Like the bottom sits right where the E36 mount goes. The top is loose, but if you look to the side, there's a little, like a threaded hole. That's where your bolt goes for E36 gas pedal adjuster. So when you press the gas, the pedal doesn't touch the floorboard. So all you do is take this out. You can't really move this to the side because the whole bracket is going to be all crooked and all that. But the way this one, it looks like it's crooked and all, but if you were to put gas pedal inside, and I'll show you here. It's actually not that bad. It looks crooked in a video, but it's actually pretty close. This one goes a little further down, and that's it. So all I'm gonna do is for this part here, I actually had these guys here. So what I did is I cut this piece, and since this is the bolt that holds the top part in place, so since the hole is not that big, all I did is I made this hole here slightly bigger. So this one's gonna go right here, and actually, well, yeah, goes right here, and the other part with this is gonna be mounted. So actually, never mind, sorry. Goes this way. So I'm gonna come up here. But anyways, like this. Since you don't really need to move the entire pedal to right or anything like that, just mount this bracket, homemade bracket. You don't have to buy it, or I mean, if you don't have anything like that, you can cut out a piece of metal or something. It's not too soft because this one's actually pretty sturdy, not gonna go anywhere. So this mounts right here, and this one goes to the floorboard. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mount this first, since I have enough room here to see how far I'm gonna come out, and then mount this one. So I'm gonna do this and we'll be right back. So I took this one out of the car now. So this is what it looks like now. It's not, this bolt's not tightened yet because I'll need to move it. And this one's gonna go in here. There's a bunch of videos on how to remove these and take this off of the actual gas pedal. I'm not gonna do all the videos and stuff, but just to make this the whole video short that I'm doing. But all I'll say is be patient with it. There's the tabs right here, there's one right here. Same thing with this one. I broke this one, so I had to get a different one. This tab is actually when you slide the gas pedal, it locks right here in place. So to take it off, you have to put the screwdriver in. It's like, where's my gas pedal? Oh, right here. So if you look at right here, it lines up, comes out to right there. So all you have to do is put the screwdriver in here, kind of pry it, but again, be patient with it. Don't pull on it, don't yank it off, because you will break it. Just like I broke mine right here. So it might not come out right away when you pry it, but kind of wiggle it, the bottom, the top. There's the only thing that's holding this pedal on this bracket is this tab, and it just slides out. Take this out, and then this one is mounted in the car. One bolt right here, and 2 tabs right here. Same thing, put a screwdriver on both sides, get the light, go whatever, go inside, see which way you have to pry it, but it's probably going that way, will work. So like I said, be patient, don't break the tabs. I kind of broke a little bit right there, but it's fine. The actual tab, you can, where is it? You can still see it's the way it's covering the hull. So I'm gonna put this back in and we'll be right back. So here's the mount, here's the gas pedal. All you have to do is align it. I'm gonna put the pedal in and then I'll adjust the wires, but align it, make sure the bottom part goes in, the top goes in, and slide it all the way inside. Okay, so let's see, I had to kind of modify. This little bolt was sticking out a little too much, so I had to cut a little more. So let's see, this is try number 2. No, can do it on one hand. Okay, attempt number 3. So what happened here, it wasn't going all the way inside. I made a mess here, but remember how I said I broke the tab? So I got new mount, and if you look at the mount, they are slightly different. This one has one bracket type of thing, the slider, and it's shorter than this one was. It's a lot longer. There's 2 of them, which is fine. It's still gonna go in, but it wouldn't let it go all the way in because the slider was too long. So I shaved a little bit, see what happens. There you go. That's it. Or maybe not. You can still see right there. So shave it a little more and then it'll go all the way inside. But it's in. It's not going anywhere. I mean, like I said, it looks crooked in the video just because the back mount or the back section of it, but if you look at the actual pedal, it's actually pretty straight. My spare's here and I'll show you why. Take this out. Alright, this is my canister, charcoal canister to be exact. I know it looks bad and all that, but here's the thing though. This one came off of e36 M3, and they're actually just pretty big. The one that was here, it fits, like it sits right in the middle, and then you have a spare sitting on it, so it's that small. This one, again, the only reason why we installed this is because I'm getting my car wrapped, and I don't know what they're gonna be looking at. I don't know if this canister has like a special numbers or anything like that, or they know maybe what size it's supposed to be when you're doing this swap. But I kept this one. It's a basic plug and play, actually, honestly, with the piping and hoses and all that stuff. The only thing you have to do is electrical wiring, and it has 3 wires. 1 is a positive, goes straight to the positive, and 2 going to DME. I don't remember which ones they are. If you guys are interested, just put a comment or ask a question or whatever in the comments below, and I'll tell you which one it is. Or if by the time I do the video, hopefully I can find which wires or which pins they are, and I'll actually put in this video. But eventually, as soon as I'm done with the ref inspection, I am going to be replacing this with this one, a lot smaller. Hopefully it's going to fit under the spare, which I'm pretty sure it should. This one came off of 5 Series E39. That one came off of 5 Series, and I believe 5 Series and 7 Series around 2000 2003ish are the same. Just make sure if you are doing this, because I know a lot of people, depending on the state that you live in, depending on the requirements for smoke, you don't really have to have that. And if you're deleting catalytic converter and secondary air pump, you probably don't need this either. But again, I know I said this before, but I'm California, I have to have this. The only thing, if you are doing this, make sure that you get the right one, because there's a 3 and 2 wire one, if I'm not mistaken. If you get donor car, you're gonna have same size canister that I have, and all the e36s, including M3, they're this size that I have in the trunk right now, and they're located under the trunk, right next to the exhaust from outside. And these ones, the one that I got, this one is actually located on the passenger side rear, behind the bumper, like where the back wheel is, and the bumper is somewhere in the middle, inside, tucked in inside the bumper. So, and I got this one for, I think it's like $8 or $10 or something like that, but I got this one, they had 50% off. But still, even with that, $16 is actually not that bad, considering if you go to actual like a regular. By the way, I got this from Pick and Pull, I forgot. I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but if you go to wrecking yards or buy them on eBay, I'm sure that you're not gonna buy it for that cheap. But another thing that you guys should know about this swap. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'll answer any questions you guys have, or make a video. I don't know, whatever is gonna be easier. So if you guys like the video, please hit thumbs up, comment below, let me know what else you guys interested. I have, like I mentioned before, I have a couple of videos coming up for the upgrades, and see you next time.